Garrett Bertram here. Today we're doing another cigar review. The Joya De Nicaragua Antano 1970. This has been in my humidor for a year and a half now because it's too big to smoke on any normal occasion. Even when I'm smoking cigars with my friends, I'm likely to be done 40 minutes behind them because this is the biggest cigar I've ever had. I've smoked maybe one or two that are this size, but definitely nothing bigger. This is 7-inch by 60 gauge. They call it a super Gordo, and it looks the part. Digging into the specifics, the wrapper is called a Criollo. That means native seed. There's also a Cuban Criollo wrapper and a Honduran Criollo wrapper, but this one's obviously from Nicaragua. The filler is also Nicaraguan, so this is a Nicaragua Puro. Firm, consistent pack, beautiful double cap. No cracks, no real blemishes. Color is a dark chocolate. Nice earthy tobacco smell. Let's cut it up and see what it tastes like. I always like to test the draw before I light it, because then I could decide if I need to clip off a little bit more. Seems to be good. I want to make sure it's nice and toasted evenly. I'm hoping to avoid any burn issues due to my own error in lighting. If someone rolled it inconsistently, I can't do much about that now, can I? Nice, smooth, creamy tobacco. There's just a hint of a little spice on the finish. Leaves kind of like a little oil slick in the mouth. Not too strong yet, but it has a little bit of a warmth. So this is going to be a long smoke. I will check back in with you with any kind of changes and details and how I'm feeling, because I might have to take a couple breaks on this guy. We're about 15 minutes in, and as you can see, the burn isn't quite perfect, but so far I don't need to touch it up or anything like that. No complaints on construction so far. The main flavors seem to be an earthy, creamy tobacco. There is a bit of a soft, smooth texture on the mouth with a very hint of spice and tingle on the tongue. Medium to long finish so far. So we'll see if things change as we get further into it. There's plenty left to go. All right, we are at 45 minutes. I had a couple touch-up lights that were required, and I do have a couple notes on the construction. When I first lit up the cigar, the draw was essentially perfect, but maybe since it's warmed up, the draw has loosened a little bit, and with such a big ring gauge, I'm now finding it annoying to try to draw on the cigar. I'm really having to draw on it just to get enough smoke. On such a big ring gauge, I would have preferred it to be a little bit tighter. That way it would have been a little bit easier. Like, I'm having to use all of my cheek muscles to get an adequate draw. Flavor-wise, it's staying pretty consistent. A very smooth and soft earth and leather. And the minimal spice is still lingering on the finish. We'll see if it changes later. I'll get back in touch. So we're about an hour and 15 minutes in, and judging from the look of the cigar, I'd say it's about just past the halfway mark. Construction-wise, more of the same. I'm having almost double puff to get enough smoke output. I am having to touch up light here and there, but nothing dramatic. It hasn't gone out on me or anything like that. The caps are holding on just fine, so overall not terrible. Flavor-wise, no dramatic shifts. Everything's very smooth earth, very soft leather, medium to long finish, and there's a hint of spice and black pepper on the tongue. Strength-wise, I read that it was going to be very, very strong, so of course I had a full meal, full dinner beforehand, but it's definitely been manageable. I don't think I'll have to put it down or take any breaks or anything like that. I'll check back in with you on the final third. All right, We are approaching 2 hours now, just over 2 hours actually. I didn't touch up light this just so you could see. This cigar it's not burning even. I'm having to do touch up lights, and I'm having to do double, sometimes triple puffs to get adequate smoke. What that ends up doing is keeping the cigar too warm. I'm trying to get subtle flavors, overall what I would depict as a very soft and subtle flavored cigar, and the fact that I'm having to keep this cigar overheating to smoke it is hindering my ability to fully enjoy it. This is a good example of how construction issues can get well in the way of enjoying a good cigar. I don't think there's any problem with this particular blend per se. There's a little spice still, there's a little bit of cream, but mainly just leathery tobacco. I'll touch back in for final thoughts and a final smoke time, but I'm gonna probably wrap this up pretty soon because it's losing its luster. I finally did have to take a break. It was just too hot to enjoy, so I set it down, I let it go completely out, let it cool off, and then I relit it. Upon relighting it, I was able to get more of those enjoyable flavors, leather with a spicy finish. Long finish as before, but definitely more of a noticeable spice. Every cigar is hand rolled, so another cigar of the exact same size with the exact same brand could have smoked better, but this one was too loose of a draw, continued to burn uneven, which led to me having to relight it. So I did have some problems. Strength-wise, it is noticeable, but I did have to put it down, not due to the strength, but due to the overheating issue. Final run time was 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know what you like to smoke, but if I'm gonna smoke another one of these in the future, I'm gonna get it in a smaller size. And I'll probably get it in a smaller ring gauge too. I hope you found this review informative. If you wanna see more cigar reviews from me and my twin brother Gavin, well, just subscribe. And also, if you wanna learn more about cigars, check out our how-to videos. And if you wanna hear me and my brother talk about whatever we want while we're here in Korea smoking cigars, then check out our podcast. Adios.